What is that fucking song called? I can't even play it anyway, so I get fucking copyrighted. Can I play the videos that I don't even want to watch that right now? That shit hurts.
"20-year-old Thane Ormsby walks into the Dover, New Hampshire police station thinking it's just a routine chat. He believes he's there to help with a case, a triple murder about 300 miles north in rural Maine. What officers found in a small trailer in Amity was horrific. 3 people had been stabbed to death: 55-year-old Jeffrey Ryan, his 10-year-old son Jesse, and 30-year-old Jason Don. The wounds looked deliberate: puncture, twist, pull, like something learned from combat training. Jesse was discovered hiding behind his bedroom door, stabbed repeatedly in the back. Don's throat was cut so deeply he was nearly decapitated. Ryan was found under a chicken coop behind the home, stabbed multiple times, his body twisted as if he'd tried to crawl away. Detectives believed they already had their suspect. Without tipping their hand, they sat Ormsby down. He had no idea how much they'd already learned.
So what about this case here? I was talking about the beginning here. What type of person you think would do this?
No, I haven't given that much thought. But, I mean, cold. Someone would have to be cold. Someone would have to be greedy, maybe? I don't know. Someone would have to be just heartless. I mean, I never met his son, Mariah's little brother, but who could do that? Who could kill?
Well, you never know. I mean, the biggest thing that we don't understand is reasons. I mean, there's a reason for everything, you know, and mistakes happen. And that's why even a computer has a delete key, you know.
Right.
Mistakes happen. You know. Wrong place, wrong time, panic, self-defense, who knows? Who knows?
Did
Good.
I miss? Was I getting coffee?
Oh, yeah. You're well aware of the Constitution and all that stuff, right?
Well aware of the
Well aware of the
Constitution.
Constitution and your rights and all that stuff. Do you understand you're not under arrest?
Yes, I
Okay,
understand.
okay.
I'm
If you ever want
blessed.
to leave, you just tell me. You can leave. All right, all I ask is don't be rude about it. Just say, I want to leave now, all right? But one of the
I
things
mean,
that...
I'd be a little bit shocked if I were under arrest, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
So would I, but... so,
And I'm here to cooperate.
well, that's right. But and I appreciate that. I know you know your rights and all that stuff. One of the formalities that we have to do is to
Tell me my
read your
rights.
rights. Okay, you can probably recite it better than I can. But,
I don't know that I could recite it. But
right, but you understand it though. I'm a law enforcement officer. I want to ask him some questions. Before I do so, I want to explain your rights. Okay, and we do this routine to everybody, okay, just so you understand. You have the absolute right to remain silent. Do you understand that? What's that mean to you?
it means plead the fifth. There's another way to
Right.
explain that, but it means I don't have to say anything to you if
Sure.
I don't want to. I
Sure.
can just close my mouth. And
There you go. You don't have to talk to me if you don't want to, right? Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. Do you understand that? What's that mean?
it means anything I do or say here is, if brought to court, can be used against me.
I have a right to repeat
You have a
anything you
right to
say.
repeat anything I say.
Okay, now, having all these rights I've just explained to you in mind, do you wish to answer questions at this time?
Yes, sir.
Good. Right. Formalities, right?
Right.
So, where were we? He's my note taker here.
Sorry.
We were talking about what type of person would do that.
Yeah.
Cold, greedy, heartless.
Someone just with no love for life. No love for things that grow.
Yeah.
And I mean, what we know about Tolkien and Tolkien's writing, you seem like you know a little bit more about Tolkien. It's, you know, his main themes are hope and hopelessness and a love for things that grow. He was very much against the Industrial Revolution and stuff like that. Anything that took away from nature, took away from life.
What should happen to the person when we find
What should happen?
the bad guy? What should happen?
Well, I imagine you're going to read him his rights, formality,
Right.
and lock him away.
You think you should go to jail?
Of course. Yeah.
Well, unless there's a good reason. Can you think of any good reason something like this could happen?
A good reason?
Yeah. Do you think of any reason? I mean, again, we don't understand reasons. You know, just because they did something like this doesn't mean you gotta go to jail for all your life, you know? But it's just, can you think of any good reason for something like this to happen?
Any good reason for something like this to happen? No. I cannot think of any good reason something like that could happen.
And then okay, let's talk about how you met Jeff.
He came over to Bob and Joyce
Okay, do you remember when that was?
early when I got there, a couple days after I got there.
Thane says he met Jeff when he first got to Bob and Joyce's house. Let me give you some context on who Bob and Joyce are and how they fit into this story. Bob and Joyce Strout were an elderly couple who lived just down the road from Jeffrey Ryan's trailer. Thane had been staying with them for only a few weeks leading up to the murders, claiming he was there to help with chores around their property, like tending to Bob's chickens, working in Joyce's garden, and doing odd jobs. To neighbors, he appeared to be just another young man down on his luck, given shelter by a kind family. But what's particularly interesting is what happened immediately after the murders. Within days of the bodies being discovered, Bob Strout drove Thane 300 miles south to Dover, New Hampshire, effectively removing him from the investigation zone. For someone who claimed to barely know the victims, it was curious timing. While police were desperately searching for a killer, and while the community lived in fear, Thane Ormsby was settling into a new life in another state, believing he had committed the perfect crime.
You talked about earlier how you went up there and you stayed for
There was just a
couple weeks,
week, and
then you
then
came
back
back.
to-
Are you talking that Jeff met
No.
you during that time?
No,
Or
no, I'd never
this
met Jeff.
time when you're coming up.
This time, I met him when I was up there to stay,
Just
while I was staying there.
okay.
And he came over a couple days after I got there.
Okay. And tell me about that conversation. How'd that go?
We didn't really have a conversation. I mean, he came in and he talked to Bob and Joy, and I was there, and they introduced me. They said, "Oh yeah, this is Thane,"
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, "Oh yeah, Maria's son."
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Oh, nice to meet you." I shook his hand because I'd never met him before.
And you knew at this point that he is Mariah's father.
Yeah, I know that.
Mhm. And you guys hit it off? I hit it off?
Yeah, we get along.
Mhm.
That's we were cool.
Mhm.
He said, you know, come on over, blah blah blah.
How long was he there and stuff?
Half an hour,
Half hour or so?
20 minutes.
Was the little boy not there
No.
at this point?
No. He was with his mother.
Yeah, then it was in there.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So at some point Jeff leaves after about a half hour, so Jeff leaves?
Yeah, she was.
Okay. And you stay at the house
I had gone up there.
that same day? Or when I'm so confused about when you went, because you said before that you asked him to try to get you a job and stuff.
I asked him about work.
Work. Right.
I asked him if he could find me any work, and I went back up to check and see if he had any work, if he
That
heard
day.
anything.
That day, right?
Yeah.
And then you, at some point, you went back though, and that's when he told you that I'm having a hard time trying to find you a job. I'm having a hard time getting where you went there.
He didn't know of anything.
Mm-hmm. That was the second visit, or third visit you were back there.
See how the detective builds a bridge from denial to explanation? He treats rights as a formality, offers mistake/panic/self-defense exits, and even chats Tolkien to align values. Then he tests punishment views and tightens the timeline. Thine condemns the killer, yet allows, unless there's a good reason, hedges on details and keeps talking. Classic minimization guiding a suspect toward a lesser evil admission.
He didn't know of anything.
Mm-hmm. That was the second visit, or third visit you were back there to Jeff's.
Let me think about this.
It's just beyond me.
Because you said before that you asked him to get you a job and stuff, and then later in our last interview was he had
I asked him
to see if he could get any jobs of that, find a
if
job.
he knew of any work.
Right.
Any sort
And
of
then
odd
his
jobs.
last interview, you said to me that you went up and talked to him, and he couldn't find you anything,
Okay.
and you had the beer and all that stuff. So tell me about that.
Okay. So I go up to talk to him.
How long ago after the first visit were you up there?
A week.
About a week later.
About a week later.
Okay. And what's going on when you're up there this week later?
It's just Jeff. Jeff's alone drinking a beer, mowing his lawn
Outside.
outside.
And how was Jeff doing?
Jeff was doing good.
Uh-huh.
Jeff was talking about his son.
DJ Ghost gets pressed at an airport by a Hoover member.